It's Rob Moore here from Progressive Property, and I'm really excited to be sitting on the couch with Glenn Delve. Glenn, this is everyone.
Hi everyone.
And everyone, this is Glenn. Now, Glenn's done some amazing things in a short period of time. Now, don't reveal all just yet, but give us a little bit of a tease. Ballpark, how much JV finance have you raised?
Ballpark between 9 and 10 million.
Wow, 9 and 10 million. All right then, so we better spend the next few minutes talking about that then. So, how long have you been involved with Progressive?
Quite a while.
What's quite a while?
Do you know what? I don't know if I can remember. I think probably about 5 years on and off.
Okay. When would you say you properly thought, yeah, you know what, I'm going to commit, I'm going to do trainings or whatever else you've done with Progressive?
Well, it's happened over a period of time, I have to be honest. It's, the issue has always been me. And I've heard you say, and I've heard it more recently because I was probably more ready to hear it recently, follow the system, follow the system. But I didn't. I kind of dipped into the system and then tried to do it my way.
That's exactly what I would do. If I was listening to me, that's what I would do as well.
And I did that, you know, and I had a busy corporate life. I found it difficult to balance everything. So I've been accumulating bits of knowledge, but I've never really absolutely gone for it and followed the system as a system.
And how long have you been absolutely going for it and following the system as a system?
I really committed in October last year. I bought a PPN franchise, so I became a host. I took myself seriously. I finished one job, decided not to get another job, and if I'm honest, I would have gone bankrupt in 7 months had I not made something work.
Wow, blimey. So you had to make it work.
There's no such thing as a, you know, once you've got a big why, then that motivation with the knowledge, with the systems, and doing as you're flipping told.
Like you used the word flip there.
It's magic.
Sure. Okay, so you're talking mid-2013 where you really stepped it up.
Yeah, October 2013, I think I committed to, summer 13, I committed to the franchise, but the PPN hosted in Southampton didn't start until November.
Sure, okay. So you've raised between 9 and 10 million pounds of JV finance.
And most of that in the last 7 months.
Wow, and how have you done that top line?
Top line, I followed the system. So number one, I sorted myself out. I was the biggest issue. I wasn't following the system. I thought I'd try it my own way. And I had an issue with myself. And listening to Daniel Wagner and a little bit of you and reading books like T. Harv Eker, I realized that actually the biggest problem was me. I came across as desperate, and nobody wants to deal with desperate people.
Right.
So I had to deal with that, which was part of a bit of a spiritual journey. I bought the PPN host deliberately for positioning.
Sure, so PPN is Progressive Property Network, in case you don't know. So it's one of the, there's a network of progressive events all around the UK. And Glenn, yours is where?
Southampton.
Southampton. So you did that because you wanted to be seen in the industry as someone who's, you know, certainly in your area, a bona fide property investor, the go-to person.
Absolutely.
And is it pretty much from that hub that you've raised that money? They've come to you through that event?
Yes, but even then, in unexpected ways. Right. So my first JV partner was not someone from the Progressive Network community in Southampton. It was another PPN host.
Oh, right.
We met on a PPN host training day.
Random. And upstairs, probably.
Upstairs. And in one of the breaks, he said, so what are you up to? And I had a bit of a deal that I didn't have any money for. And he said, oh, like, look at that. Let's have a bit of a chat about that. And by the end of the day, we'd agreed to do a JV.
Wow. There you go.
And it started there.
Yeah, like we said, the system works. Okay, so that 9 to 10 million pounds worth of JV finance, tell us how many properties that's enabled you to buy, what you're doing with it, how much cash flow and equity that's given in.
Okay, so the answer might be surprising because it sounds like such a lot of money. I'm doing 8 projects at the moment, but what I've moved into are commercial conversions and development. So they soak up cash.
Sure.
So my corporate background, I did a £50 million development for a company I was working for. So when I looked at commercial conversions with my background, I thought I can do commercial conversions. I can handle projects. So with the expert positioning, with having sorted out my mindset and who I was.
Did you do the progressive commercial conversion? I have done
commercial conversion training as well. I thought I can do this. And people have believed and bought into that and put money down. So 8 projects, around about 100 flats or units altogether. Not all of them absolutely secured yet. So it's quite difficult to give an answer on the 9 to 10 million. So there's 2 million absolutely committed in stuff that's going through.
Yeah.
There's another 1 million committed on planning uplifts on the stuff that's going through.
Yeah.
And then there's 2 funded offers. So we've got offers in that are funded by a multimillionaire that I met by looking to help other people. And I think that's the other big clue to come out of that we talk about. Don't go and look for JV Finance because of what you want. Yeah. Look to help other people. And actually, so if I can, I'll just tell quickly a story. I was crewing on a PPN stand at the Excel Centre. Yeah, at the property show. I was grabbing people to give them their names and address, to get their names and address so we could send them a free report. I met quite a lot of people. 2 of them said, oh, I really like the sound of what you're doing. Would you mind spending some time with me, having a coffee with me? I said, no, the deal is you drive to me, we'll buy the coffee together and I'll talk for as long as you want. 2 guys took me up. One had 400,000. The other guy, we got to the end of the conversation and he said, I think I'd like to work with you. And I said, yeah, that'd be great. How much money do you have? He told me he had some money available. Yeah. And he said, well, at least 2 million to start and there's more if we need it. Yeah. That wasn't what I was expecting. No, sure. So just by looking to help him on his property journey, it turned out that his brother had all the money. Yeah. His brother had been a very successful oil trader in the city. Right. His property investment account has 25 million in it. Yeah. I mean, people must think these people are hard to find. And you keep saying, follow the system. And you've kind of found them just by coming to progressive events and meeting people through those events. Is it really that easy? Well, I think I'd have to say, look, I've got reasonably lucky walking onto someone that had a brother with enough that kind of money. However, you could say it's lucky. I got that lucky by following the system. Yeah. Okay, so roughly, what's going to be? Obviously, I know you've got sort of some of the deals done and some of the deals in transit. So give us once all the deals are done, what's the net income, the portfolio value, and the equity going to be? Top line figures. Gosh. The only way to really explain it is the gross development value of everything we are either committed to, looking at on planning uplift, or we have funded offers in, is about 17 million. Yeah. The output of that is, in terms of profit, is around about 3.5 to 4 million. Yeah. And I'm entitled to just less than half of that because most of my deals are 50-50 JVs, which I think in the early days has worked really well for me because I've got to establish credibility. Yeah. And some of the deals are a little bit less. So where the very, very wealthy investor has put lots of money in, as you know, Rob, because I chatted it through with you, he's asked for a bigger part of the deal because he's risking a lot of money. Yeah, sure. And 30 or 40% of 5 million is better than 50% of nothing. Yeah. Okay. So you're looking in the tune of £1.5–2 million personal profit? If it all goes as planned. Right, okay. And if it goes really, if you're Mark Homer and you're like, a doomsday happens, what, maybe half of that? Look, a year ago, if you'd said to me, look, your absolute worst case scenario, Glenn, is 2/3 of a million, 3/4 of a million, would I have bitten your hand off? Yeah. Would I have done absolutely everything I'm told? Yeah. Yes. I would have done it. Well, let that be a lesson. Okay, great. Well, this sounds really exciting. So what would you say about what you've done with Progressive that's made the biggest difference? I think accumulating knowledge over a period of time, networking, and becoming a Progressive network host. Sure. If you were able to go back 5 years, would you do it faster? Would you commit more? Interesting, isn't it? Because is it Jim Rohn? Who is it that said that when the timing's right, the teacher appears? Yeah. I've been listening to you for that period of time, but suddenly I'm hearing you more clearly than I did then. Sure. If I'd done that back then, what I've done now, you have to say if you follow the system, you'll get the results. Yeah. So whether I was ready, I don't know, because as I said, I had something wrong in me. Okay. But I think if you've got yourself sorted and you follow the system, you'll get the results. Sure. They're a natural outcome of the right actions. Right, Glenn, perfect way to finish. Thank you very much. Cheers, Glenn. Thank you.